I've been really bad about answering questions, so I'm sorry this has been sitting for a bit. So how do you get herpes of the eye? You get herpes of the eye the same way you get herpes, like any type of herpes, is from skin to skin contact. So you know when you do that cute thing with your significant other where you may like kiss them on the eyeball, or like people with children sometimes kiss them all over their face. That's how you can get herpes of the eye. The other way you can get herpes of the eye is if you're having your first outbreak and you're touching the sore and then you itch your eyeball. Now, the reason why it's very important to understand it's the first outbreak that this is most likely to happen. It's very unlikely to happen in your subsequent outbreaks after the first one. Passing herpes to another part of your own body is called autoinoculation. Autoinoculation usually happens when you're either itching a sore, either down there or on your mouth or anywhere else on your body, and then you touch a different area of your body and you pass herpes to that other part of your body. This is a cited source from Hopkins Medicine. It just basically says that that's very unlikely to happen, especially after your first outbreak, because the immune system produces antibodies that protect other parts of your body from infection. However, there are cases where people can get it in multiple sites from the same virus. It's usually acquired at the first time of infection. I have more sources that say pretty much the exact same thing, that it needs to be during your first outbreak. The reason for this is because your body naturally produces antibodies for the particular strain of herpes you have. That's what the blood test tests for, is the antibodies in your system. Once your body develops these antibodies, it's hard to catch the same strain of herpes again. This not only goes from you auto-inoculating yourself, it also is the same reasoning why if you and your partner both have the same strain of herpes, you aren't really likely to get it in a different location. So for instance, if you have only oral HSV1 and you sleep with someone who only has genital HSV1, you're not going to get HSV1 on your genitals because you already have it orally. Your body already is producing those antibodies. So if you catch it from them, all it's going to do is trigger an outbreak in the place that you already get the outbreak. You're not going to get it in a new location. Now, of course, as with anything herpes related, this is just the general rule. There are people who are immunocompromised and they can get it in multiple locations after their first outbreak. But especially after your first year, it's literally next to impossible to get the same strain of herpes in another location unless you have some sort of immunodeficiency. But the chances of it happening after your first outbreak, very, very low. The chances of it happening after your first year, almost non-existent.